Hey, welcome back. Um, so yeah, I only did 4 videos on Tuesday, and today's Friday, so I'm recording 4 more because I'm going on vacation next Saturday, and I don't want to break my streak. Videos every day for the past 3 years, so I have to do 4 more today. I want to do 4 more today. So let's talk about something good. I did the improv on Tuesday, and that was good. It was an interesting class because we actually didn't do a lot of. It's a 6-week class, and it's like level 1 or whatever. We didn't do very much. I think if this was the first improv class I'd ever taken, I would have been pretty uncomfortable. I just felt like the first improv class was a good ease into it because like there was only 3 other people there, and when I did this improv class, there was like this air conditioner on, and it was really loud, so I just didn't feel comfortable because I'm like, it's too loud in here. Like nobody's gonna hear me. But this one was, yeah, it was okay though. I did okay. I didn't feel too nervous about it. My anxiety procrastination is working. I was feeling nervous driving to the place because I hadn't done it in a while. I didn't feel the impulse this time to drive away, which the past couple times I did feel that way. Like I would get there and I'm like, well, I could just not go. I didn't feel that way this time. I think because I hadn't done anything for so long, and I just had to and it did help to be around people. Yeah, I'm a human. Despite evidence to the contrary, I am in fact a human being, and I need to be around people once in a while. Not every day, but it helps me feel normal to be like, oh, it's another human and they're talking to me. I do need that to feel like a normal person. We did play one game that was pretty hard, which was you had to talk to a partner for 5 minutes and just get information about them, and then you had to introduce them to the rest of the class. But I did okay. It was hard. I knew it would be hard. The hardest thing is listening and being like, oh, I have to remember this. I have to remember this. I have to remember where you're from. And but it's perfect. I mean, it's a perfect game for me because it's every time I do improv, it's so crazy that I'm like, oh, they're just teaching me social skills. Like, this is exactly what I need. But it's like called improv comedy. It's not. It's funny because there's no. I mean, the thing they keep saying over and over again is like, don't try to be funny. Don't try to make jokes. If you try to be funny, it's not funny. Yeah, and that's definitely true. And I try not to do that and just be like, and so it takes a lot of pressure off of you when you don't. What am I hearing? Did you hear that? Weird. Sort of like a buzzing noise. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how to keep doing this. I want to keep doing it, but I just don't know how to keep doing it. Like, I just have to keep taking classes. It's like, okay, I'll do that, but it just feels weird because it's like, it's not like a club. Like when you join a church group, they meet every week, and then like sometimes they'll take a break, but then they'll meet again. But like this, there's just like an end date. Like you take a 6-week class and then that's it forever. Ooh, how do I keep doing it? I need to keep doing it, otherwise I can't get better. And it does seem to be the kind of thing that anybody is capable of. Like anybody can do it if you have a good teacher, and I think this guy's a pretty good teacher. I wanted to teach me how to be good, and like, imagine if one day like I could make people laugh. That would be really nice. Like if he just taught me the rules of improv and then I learned them and I did it and then people laughed. That would feel nice, but I don't know. Why am I going slower? But yeah, so that was improv, and that was good. So I'm gonna do it again. Okay, any other notes? We didn't do much in the first class. Yeah, improv is perfect. It's perfect. It forces you to talk. So if I run out of notes, I'm going to talk about that How to Be Yourself book. Or maybe I'll save that for next week. I don't know. I just finished it today. And it's a good book. It's as good a book as I've read for social anxiety. I mean, I haven't read that many, but I don't think there are any that are much better. Otherwise, we would probably read it in the book club. But yeah, I just kind of get a little frustrated reading it, and I mentioned that in my vlog and stuff. And my question to Ellen Hendrickson. Yeah. Improv yeah, I've already talked about that. It's crazy how, like, it almost seems exactly tailored to help you with social anxiety. Like, every game is talk to people and pretend you're this thing, or like try to be normal. I don't know. I mean, that's the good thing about improv, is like you are just trying to be normal, and then sometimes it's funny to just be like a normal person. I don't know. It's not funny to be too wacky. I don't ever want to be like a wacky dude. I don't know. You just take it. I mean, the thing you have to do is you have to just take it seriously. I've mentioned that before. You're a character. Be that character. Don't try to like make a joke about the character. Just be that character and it'll be funny. You just have to kind of pick the right character to play in the context of whatever the scene is. And then if you do that, then it'll just be funny if you just are that character. You don't have to do anything, I think. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but there's an improv book he wanted us to read. I forget what it is. He's talking a lot about this guy named Del Close. I guess he kind of invented modern improv or something. But yeah, okay, and I'll just talk about the THC thing a little bit. I did a video where I ate a THC gummy and I didn't feel anything. But it was interesting because last night I was feeling pretty bad. But I don't think the gummy had anything to do with that. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, so Laura sent me an email, and she was like, I heard you're going to do THC, like, be careful. But yeah, I read this chart, and it's like, you have to take a lot to, like, have a bad experience, and I think that's what happens to people. Like, they go to a party, and someone gives them a brownie, and it has, like, 200 milligrams of THC in it, and they don't realize. But now that it's like mass produced and more regulated, you can be like, okay, this has exactly 5 milligrams. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's not like like I mentioned before, like you go to your drug dealer behind the CVS. It's like a 15-year-old kid who's like, oh, this is the pink elephant thing, and like it's gonna get you high, man. And it's like 500 milligrams of THC, and like you just don't know. But now you know because I bought this thing from this publicly traded company. So like it's just more normal now. So it's like buying wine, like you know what you're getting. So I think when people are kind of scared about like having a bad experience, it's like, be careful because you don't know what you're going to get. But I kind of know what I'm going to get now because it's like, so don't worry, I'm okay. I'm going to try, probably I'll try 1.5 and then I'll try 2. I don't know if I'll ever do more than 2. I think if you go over 10 milligrams, that's when you start to be like, oh, this could be weird. And if you take too much, it's hard for me to imagine what that would be like, because I don't even know what it's like to be high at all. I've never been high. The closest thing I guess was when I got my wisdom teeth. Yeah, you know what happened? I've actually never talked about this, and it's pretty interesting now that I'm thinking about it, because yeah, I do remember being affected by those drugs. The knockout, like, I don't know, nitrous or whatever they give you before you get your wisdom teeth out, that puts you to sleep. And I do remember a kind of high feeling right before I went to sleep. And you know what happened? I was still self-conscious about, like, I remember kind of like, I didn't feel like I was laughing, like the laughing gas. I felt like I was just kind of involuntarily, like, coughing, but kind of like smiling too. And then I was like self-conscious, like, I don't want people to see me, like, you know what it was? I think I was laughing, but then I would kind of like play it off like I was coughing because I didn't want to be like, oh, like, ooh, look at me, I'm high. I didn't want people to look at me. So like my social anxiety was still, it didn't go away until I was unconscious. But I think maybe that is a thing that happens to other people too, because I've heard that like you get self-conscious about being high when you take drugs, and like you don't want people to see you, like your eyes and stuff. So that might be true, like maybe being high doesn't exactly help you with social anxiety, and like alcohol helps you more. I don't know. There was a whole chapter in the book about alcohol, which was interesting. And she even kind of mentioned my perspective, which was like, a lot of people, or she gave an example of a person who's like, I don't like to get drunk because I don't like to lose control, and I don't want people to see me like that. That's kind of how I feel, probably. And she said people with social anxiety do have a higher risk of like dependency or alcohol abuse, because they won't drink it, and then they'll drink it for a social thing, and they'll like drink too much, and it'll be bad, which is interesting. Okay, I'll end for today. How are you doing? I'm feeling kind of good today. Maybe I should record on Fridays more often. I don't know, I did the vlog on Friday, and I should do the Let's Plays on Friday, maybe. That would be better. Because I'm feeling kind of, I just had this sushi. I don't really ever eat sushi, but I was like, there's this Japanese place close, and I got sushi and dumplings, and it was really good. So that was nice. I think that made me happy. It's always food. Like if I get a hamburger, if I go to McDonald's, or I go to, there's a place near me called Famous Dave's, and they make good burgers. I've had their burgers a couple times. I'm like, oh, I'll look forward to the burgers. Life is so stupid. Like, you're looking forward to burgers? That's what your life is? I don't know. What else are you gonna do? I'm fine. I hope you're fine. Okay. See you tomorrow.